Congress approval is now at 14%. That's our official number for the month of September, and we are, of course, less than 2 months away from the midterm elections. Interesting questions how that very low regard in which Americans hold Congress will affect the midterm elections come November. This is not as low as it's been. The all-time low was 9%, but still 14% is terrible. It's been in this low territory for a number of months now, and we see no signs that it's going to improve between now and November. Second thing I would point out to you is that Americans tell us who disapprove of Congress, and that's over 80%, that in fact, that's making them more likely to want to turn out and vote. Third point here, can members of Congress here in Washington point to the fact that a lot of Americans aren't paying attention? That's why they get low approval ratings. Well, I'm afraid that doesn't work because it's actually the inverse. We ask Americans how closely they follow national politics, and as you see in that chart in front of you, those who are following it closely have the lowest approval of Congress at 8%. That group of Americans who say, yeah, I don't follow politics at all, they're actually more positive about Congress, over 20%. Finally, how much do people care who controls Congress? Of course, that's what's going to be up for grabs in the November elections. Well, it depends on what party you are, or I would say more accurately, whether or not you have a party identification. 50 to 51% of Democrats and Republicans say it matters a great deal to them who controls Congress. But if you're an independent, and by the way, independents is the biggest group of Americans, about 4 out of 10, the number drops way down. They simply don't care. So that suggests that the elections this fall are going to be, as usual in a midterm, controlled by those who are partisan, who feel strongly one way or the other. We'll see what happens in November, but our early indications are it's a very low approval of Congress, and maybe that's going to generate higher turnout as Americans try to do something about it. I'm Dr. Frank Newport, Gallup Editor-in-Chief.